Hold production,
Oh my
everybody.
God, that
Okay,
was-
let's hold for traffic.
All right,
Hold for traffic.
Hold for room tone.
No, we've got a plane going overhead.
We got some room tone.
Room tone.
We pause for room tone.
Somebody explained what room tone is to me. It took me a while to understand what room tone was because I didn't understand
Just
it.
the basic background sound.
It's the hum of whatever room you happen to be sitting in. But what they use it for is they subtract it from the audio.
Audio math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd always seen them record the room tone, and I was like, I didn't understand what they were doing.
It's always the last thing
It is always the last thing.
because everyone hates it.
Well, it's the only thing where the sound guy gets to actually be in charge of something.
Yeah.
Because usually the sound guy is told right to his face, we don't really care, we'll come back and fix it later.
Yeah. And I'm not turning off my mic when I go take a wicked shit. So enjoy that.
I have, as you know, and both of us are prone to the occasional saying an inappropriate thing at the inappropriate time.
Yes.
In an inappropriate way.
Absolutely.
To a like-minded person.
Yeah. Some people are clumsy with their bodies. I am clumsy with my words.
Yes, and I have been on set and just casually talking to someone and not realizing that there's like 20 ad executives sitting around a monitor listening to everything I'm saying. And I had a sound guy come up to me once, and he didn't say anything. He just came up to me, leaned in, and turned off my mic pack and then winked at me. And then I turned to the actor next to me, and I was like, oh, man, what were we just talking about? Oh, we had to, like, reconstruct the horrible, hurtful conversation we had just been having for 10 minutes.
If only there was some way of recording that so you could hear it.
I think if they didn't need us because it was a one-day commercial shoot, if it had been like a 10-day thing and we were on day one,
You're out of here.
I think I probably would have gotten fired.
Fair enough.
I was saying some pretty terrible things.
Fair enough. Hey,
You just
everyone.
No, let's start.
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll put that 10-minute chunk in somewhere in the episode.
No, if you're looking to listen to or watch a podcast that is organized and has a proper flow,
Boo.
you expect what's coming next. No, we're not your
Thumbs
guy.
down.
We're the sudden tsunami of podcasts.
Yeah. We're just listening to people on the bus. Gross. Hey, yeah, welcome to Preparing to Podcast, everyone. It's episode 19. Wow. Good times. Did you miss us last week? We were not here. I was under the weather.
Let's be clear. You were not here. I would have been here, but you were not here, and therefore the Wonder Twins are unable to activate.
Well, you could have just had like a sock puppet as me.
Oh, trust me, you weren't here, and there was a sock puppet.
I don't want to know what you do with your socks.
He's running around here someplace.
Oh, blessed be. I also never want to put on a black light in here.
So you were sick?
I was sick. Just sick of the world.
Okay, yeah, but what were you sick with?
Probably the flu. It was pretty bad. The giant got it, and the giant never gets sick. I pick up everything. And then when the giant got sick, I was like, well, this doesn't bode well for me. And he was so sick, we actually did a COVID test at one point, but I made him go and get them.
Was he negative on that?
He was negative on the COVID.
Now, I'm not keeping up on my COVID. To be honest, I didn't really keep up on COVID too much while we were deep in the heart of it.
No, he was licking people's eyeballs.
It seems less lethal. Certainly, they're not posting the numbers on the news every night anymore.
No,
COVID. Are they even keeping track of who's being killed by COVID?
There's a new variant, and grandmas are still dying. Although when I got COVID, I was like, oh, I understand why this is killing people because I got pretty bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, it took me out for a good 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah. If I was 80, this would have been it.
Oh yeah.
I think instead I'm a robust 50-something.
Now, here's a question: if you had COVID and you got really sick with it, does that mean that you're much less likely to get really sick with even another variant of COVID?
I don't know.
Does your body like, okay, no, I know how this guy fights?
It depends on how different it is.
Okay.
All those little spike proteins and things on the outside.
Well, I remember, I've gotten sick a couple of times in my adult life. One time that I can remember where it was as sick as I've ever been as an adult without going to the hospital.
Fun.
Like it was fever dreams and
Oh, those are the best.
not knowing what was going on. And a friend of mine came over after a couple of days to check on me, and she said, like days later, she called me to say like you were really out of it.
It's
like-
fun. I love a fever. I will ride if the moment where you're like getting sick. There's always that.
That
Then
little
once
taste.
The fever
It's like a
kicks
little
in.
taste.
Oh, fevers are so much fun.
I don't know.
Your brain melting.
No, the fever I worry about because I worry that it's like
It's cooking you.
well, not just I always kind of run warm, right? And so I worry if I'm getting an extreme fever that I'm going to hit the like the
Death.
the
part
death
where it kills
the
you.
death limit. Like I'm close because I'm always running warm. I've got less
Less
safe
space.
less safe zone to infect myself into. You know what I mean? It's like like most people they're rolling around 98.6, right? So what's death?
Fahrenheit.
What's death? All right, 37.2. What is it? What is the Celsius body
People.
temperature?
Who knows the temperature of a people? I can tell you the proper temperature of a cow.
You can tell me the anal
or a
temperature
cat.
of almost any animal.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even use a thermometer sometimes. I just pop in a pinky and be like, someone's got a fever. Although a cat with a fever is the funniest thing because they're like a
What
human.
is that? A Cabernet?
Human male with a fever. Yeah, cats with fevers just look like they're like, just kill me now.
Can you
Like,
even
okay.
get a pinky into a cat's ass?
I've gotten far more than a pinky into a cat's ass.
Yeah.
It is not a brag.
Up to the elbow?
I've had my pointer all the way up to as far as I could point.
Really?
Yeah.
Knuckler?
No
Knuckler.
one could see what I was pointing at. And it's kind of awkward having a cat on your hand while you're pointing at stuff. And like that over there. Yeah.
See, and so maybe that's the great illusion of the cat's asshole is that it looks like
It's tight.
an impermeable barrier.
It's not. They
It's-
give it
but
up.
It's not. They give it up.
You give it up easily. Although the number of clients who would comment on their,
All right, that's easily made me a little uncomfortable. But go ahead.
some of them back right into it. Every now and then you get a rough Tom who's like, I don't even need lube on it today.
Meow.
Me, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of clients like to make comments as I'm taking their pet's temperature. You're like, oh, you really like that. He must be some sort of gay. And then
Oh,
I
yeah.
make out with their cat. I'm like, yeah, he is some sort of gay. But I usually have to make a little joke and be like, here's where you start to question our friendship. Or,
Really?
yeah, just brace yourself. Sometimes.
Do you find heterosexuals are make uncomfortable jokes about anything to do with the ass? Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably hear a lot more ass jokes than I do.
I hear a lot of ass jokes. Also, it kind of depends on the white trash level of the person who's in there.
Okay,
if
well,
I'm using that term appropriately.
The
Is it so
literacy
racist?
to illiteracy ratio.
Yeah.
You're saying more ignorance equals more jokes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you find those jokes to be insensitive?
Well, the cat certainly doesn't laugh.
Cat does. Yeah, but cats
not
cats
laughing
have
at
terrible
anything.
senses of humor, particularly about themselves. They have very
true.
good senses of humor when it comes to like fuck you comedy, right? Like I'm sure cats would sit around all day and watch other cats just knock glasses off tables, and they'd sit around and enjoy that very much.
Like, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
My favorite thing with cats is when they trip and just pretend like it didn't happen.
No.
They will look around and be like, anyone see that? I'm fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
My favorite is
I'm
the
very graceful.
the jump attempts.
Oh.
The jumping off a glass table and they just it's like a full spring to nowhere.
Yeah.
And then they just fall dead straight down
Yep.
to the ground. Go ahead and land on your feet. That's amazing. But yeah, it is fun watching. It always reminds me watching a cat fail reminds me of that Far Side cartoon with the it's like a deer running through the forest and its antlers are about to catch a branch above its head, like it's about to like
worst.
walk into a branch at full speed. And I think the title of it's just "Nature Scenes Rarely Seen."
Clumsy animals.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a deer walking into a door frame type of thing. Do you walk into door frames?
No, the giant does. The giant finds his way around the world by bumping into things.
Yeah,
It's a
door
weird
frames.
echolocation that he does.
I have for a while. I believe it was 3 different. I owned at the time, I think, 4 jackets, and of those 4
Stop
jackets,
bragging.
yeah, I know,
Stop
I was
it.
pretty fancy. But of those 4 jackets, 3 of them all had the right outside pocket ripped open, because I bump into door frames and the doorknob always catches on the pocket, and I don't notice in time
knobs.
to not rip my coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the giant fellow down the escalator a couple of weeks ago completely took out everyone that was
Everybody
in
that was
his
at the
way.
bottom of the elevator,
Yeah, a
or
lot of
escalator.
people died, and he ripped his coat. He often, and now it's at the point where if he bumps, like if he hurts himself or if he breaks something, because he breaks stuff all the time. Now he just yells out what it is that he broke. He's like, glass, and we're like, okay, we just move on.
So it's not
Plates.
necessarily. I mean, he's breaking glasses. That's not necessarily size related. That's also clumsy related.
Oh, he's very clumsy.
So
Yeah.
it's a clumsy issue.
Yeah,
Because for
he's
me,
been a giant since he was 12, but he does not know how long his limbs are.
he's one of those guys that doesn't. He's scared to pull into a parking spot because he doesn't know how wide the car is.
He's fine. He'd be fine in a car. Although in a car he falls asleep instantly, so that's a problem. That's driving. So I knew most of the driving.
You know, what is it? Autoerotic narcolepsy? Is that what it's called?
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I don't know. I've just been
Autoerotic narcolepsy, where
Yeah,
you just fall
I
asleep.
get into
right?
the car, I get a hard on, and I pass out. Right?
Well,
Something
the
to
auto
do with the FM radio, apparently. Something to do with the FM radio.
oh, there's a fob to turn that off. It's fine.
So anyway,
Yes.
I don't know if this is necessarily going to be our last episode as preparing to podcast.
It might be though.
It might be.
Should we save that excitement for the end, or should we talk about it now?
Well, I don't know.
Make people tune in.
I like, but we also have to, our dedicated fan.
Our
That's out
fan
there.
needs to know. Yeah, we've
fan
decided
should
that
know.
we are now prepared to podcast.
Well, certainly prepared enough that we're going to try a formatted show.
Yeah.
In so much as not like formatted like scripted, but formatted like here's a plan of what we're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
like an introduction, a middle, topics.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried briefly. Remember when we would look stuff up for people? We never found out. Actually, I did look up how long a groundhog lives, and it was not nearly as long as you thought it was.
How long is it? You forget?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, unless they're,
Unless-
a pet.
Yeah, unless they're being
Groundhog.
kept in somewhere in Pennsylvania in a special hutch.
Yeah, except have you been to Pennsylvania? That state smells. There's a weird smell everywhere in Pennsylvania.
Well, it's
And
probably the steel industry would be my guess.
steel, and I think a little leftover from the textile mills. They
Oh,
were a little more
yes.
casual with their chemicals.
I
in the
remember
1800s.
that when I was a kid, there was a pulp and paper mill
Mm.
that always smelled like a fart.
Delicious.
That was just down from the summer camp that I went to, and it was the sulfur, I guess, they used in the paper processing.
Might have been the
pulp.
summer camp, but
No, it wasn't the
Lot
camp.
of
The
beans.
camp didn't smell like sulfur. It smelled straight up diarrhea and dandruff at the summer camp.
does dandruff have a smell?
It does. No, I don't have dandruff. No? I just a thick, luxurious head of hair.
that's the diarrhea I'm smelling.
It's the diarrhea you're smelling, yes. And that, and to be honest, most of that's covered up by the waft of Pepto. It's just, yeah.
delicious.
What is that, Pepto? Yes, it's also known as preventative. Yeah.
Yum,
Do you
yum,
remember?
yum.
I remember the first time I ever had Pepto Bismol.
I remember the first time you had Pepto Bismol.
It was
You made
it
such a
was
face.
it was
Fighting. I had to hold your mouth and take it.
I was working at a summer camp, and we had our end of the summer all night staff party.
Good times.
And where I had suitably overdone it. We had all suitably overdone it. And I was in that kind of nexus of not enough sleep,
Yes.
too much garbage in the stomach,
good times.
and I'm hungry, but I haven't had anything to eat, and you just kind of feel generally kind of nauseous, and you're hoping that eating is going to fix it, but you're not quite sure.
No, vomiting fixes that.
Yeah, but I got a real problem with vomiting.
Puke and rally. I used to until I started drinking. and I wasn't very good at it. And I really embraced
Yeah.
the puke and
The boot-
rally.
Yeah, the boot and
I'm like,
rally.
let's get rid of some of this. Make
Make
more
a little
room for
Make a little
pukes.
room. Yeah. No, but I bought it at a gas station. It was like one of those tiny bottles of Pepto, and I took I would call it a healthy hit, a healthy dose. I was not using the spoon or even the little plastic cup that they give you
Oh,
on top of
the
the
shooter.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I was
Little shot glass.
I just drank half of it.
You hadn't learned your lesson.
But no word of a lie, within a minute, it was like a comic book style Popeye eating his spinach reaction. I felt it rebuilding my entire life and personality inside of me. And within 15 minutes, I felt like $1 million. I felt awesome. And went to White Spot, had a big cheeseburger. It was wonderful.
This episode brought to you by
Pepto.
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto. It's not just for the squirts anymore.
Nausea, heartburn, upset stomach, diarrhea. They had a catchy jingle, but it didn't stick in my brain.
Diarrhea.
I just remember the little dance.
Diarrhea was always the hammer line.
Diarrhea is a fun thing to end
Yeah.
on.
Well, it's a tough. It's not necessarily a tough product to sell. I would say Pepto, but it's certainly a tough
You don't make it
symptom
sexy.
relief list. Yeah. Yeah, Pepto's never a sexy thing. It's a Band-Aid for a problem that's probably going to really get worse in about 4 hours.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever taken Pepto.
Really?
I just ride it out.
Turns just
ride it out.
FYI, not only does it solidify your poop and turn it into bricks, but it also darkens it notably.
Yeah.
So if you're the type of person that's scared of black poop,
Who
avoid
isn't?
the Pepto.
Yeah, if you're the type of person who embraces black poop, what is wrong with you? Yeah, I used to have to warn people. I'd give animal would eat something stupid, so you give them some activated charcoal along with whatever you're doing to save their lives. And no matter how many times, I'd be like, "Now I gave your dog black stuff, so it's going to come out
as black."
So I don't want you calling me tomorrow all mad that your dog is dying because he's pooping black. Because I'm telling you right now, that's going to happen.
Well, to be honest with you, the entire medical profession seems to be based upon the question, any changes in your poop lately?
Yeah, when I was in the hospital, they were obsessed. Did you have bowel movement? I'm like, no. Did you pass some gas? I'm like, oh yeah, I passed some gas. I'm like, oh, yo, good boy. I think I'm very excited.
When I had my appendix out, that was the thing, is they were not going to feed me until I'd had a BM, a bowel movement.
Oh.
And I was trying to explain to them that I was not going to have a bowel movement until such time as they gave me something to move.
Yeah,
right?
push it along. We gotta.
I needed food. And so we were in this kind of wrestling match of I would like to eat, and they were still keeping me on clear fluids.
Rude.
Fortunately, my stepmom was in town visiting me because I was in the hospital. And a wonderful woman, Roseanne.
Roseanne always has hot dogs in her purse.
And she said that she had cheeseburgers in her purse. As I asked her, she's like, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And I was like, "They won't feed me. I need food." And she just turned around, left the room, and came back 20 minutes later with a bag of cheeseburgers. She was a wonderful woman.
Bless. No, I went in on a Monday. I did not poop until Friday, and it was a very angry poo.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to have the rudest suppository. When the nurse was like, "Okay, we have to give you a suppository." I'm like, "Okay." And then she's like, "Can you roll over?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then I thought there'd be a 3, 2, 1, some sort of countdown. Do you get me a drink? Just, mah.
Yeah.
I thought it was very aggressive.
Well, I mean,
if you're gonna flirt. But just very aggressive, and trim your fingernails. What's wrong with you?
I have gotten. I had a hospital suppository once, but it wasn't. They didn't. It wasn't a suppository. It was a laxative, but it was like a little shot.
Oh yeah.
But it was one of those things. You know how they always show the NyQuil commercial when the person's taking NyQuil, how they're always sitting on the side of the bed.
Just sad.
I think a lawyer must have done that, because if you take the NyQuil standing in your sink in the bathroom,
You pass out.
there's a 50-50 shot. Yeah, you pass out and hit your head on the toilet, because this stuff is very effective.
It's good stuff.
And yeah, that hospital laxative was the quickest I can't poop to please make me stop pooping I've ever experienced. It was, I don't know what it was, but it seemed, that always freaks me out when a pill or a medicine seems too small.
Oh,
Like
like, is this doing anything?
Yeah, well, it's the like I've never ordered a small anything, right? I like the large, right? I don't. The only reason I
Better
believe
bang for your buck.
the only reason I think medium exists is to indicate there is a larger size available.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like my allergy pills are tiny,
Microscopic.
And I-
Pollen is very small.
but I like just make the pill bigger. Can't you make the pill bigger? It
Yeah,
doesn't.
you can put some sugar in
Yeah,
it.
you
like,
could, but
or
wrap
can
it
you
in
not pick it
fudge.
up? What is wrong with your fine motor skills?
That's the point. Is I
Yeah.
don't think I should have to have that fine a level of motor skill
Chopsticks?
to take a pill.
Well, I mean, if you're having trouble putting a pill in your mouth, then I think you have bigger worries than allergies.
No, it's not
Do
about
you not
putting it in
have
my
any
mouth. It's
fingers?
about it. You pop it out of that little foil package, and if you drop it, it's gone, man. Like there's no finding it. It's the tiniest thing in the world, and I got a lot of shag carpet in my place, so SOL.
This feels like a new bit for your retirement home tour when you start doing shows at retire. You know when the pills are so small, you can't get them out. They'll be laughing. People will die, turn up their oxygen because they're having such a good time.
Hey, fella, I'll give you 2 Mondays for a Tuesday, if you know what I'm saying. Do they do that? Do they? I wonder if you can get the old people to pay the cover, though, right? Because they're already living there. They probably don't want to dole any money out.
No.
That's the only
you're
problem.
A captive audience.
It's the only downside of the old people economy is they don't spend money.
No, not those old people. You
Well,
gotta
no,
get
no
free
old
range
people.
old people.
Old people in general don't spend money. I don't spend money now the way I used to.
My parents just bought a car so they
Well, they buy bigger ticket items.
so that they can fly back and forth to Florida instead of driving.
Hang on. They bought a car so that they can fly?
Yeah, so that they don't have to drive their car down.
Oh, I see. They bought another car
So they
in
bought
Florida.
a car to live in
Okay.
Florida.
It's
So
just
they
the way
can just
the way you framed it was they bought a car so finally they could fly down to Florida.
I don't understand how anything works. I don't understand. I might have been on an airplane once. I don't know.
Have you been on an
Big
airplane?
bus in the sky.
It's the one that goes up. Yeah. How about that flight from Montreal to New York that they flew into a fire truck?
Like landed on a. I did watch that whole video and I'm like, oh yeah, no, ugh, okay,
I like the flight attendant that was like thrown clear.
yeah, and still had her seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Those are good seatbelts.
Yeah. Well,
Make the nose of the plane out of whatever you made the seatbelts out of.
yeah, that's the old one. They make the whole plane out of the black
make the whole
box.
plane out of black box.
I don't think that does you a lot of good when air traffic fucking puts you into a fire truck.
Yeah, well, the fire truck was not where it's supposed to be.
In New York, flying into a fire truck, I mean, it was all very 9/11 cosplay.
I mean, at least the fire truck was already there. I don't know if it would be helpful
It was going
for
to.
putting stuff out.
It was the classic United Airlines. You know, their plane wouldn't start, so the fire truck had to. There was another plane that was screwed up, and so the Air Canada plane, or Air Canada Jazz. I remember it's very different. It's not Air Canada, by the way. It's Air Canada
Jazz.
which is a completely separate entity when you're trying to use your frequent flyer points to get on the plane. And they explain to you that even though Air Canada is in the name of Air Canada Jazz, it's actually not Air Canada.
It's not Air Canada.
It's Air Canada Jazz.
It's actually a bus.
Yeah, and
You go to the airport to get on.
I would rather. There are buses that I would much rather be on than an Air Canada Jazz flight.
I don't mind. All the
like the
little
buses-
American puddle jumpers, no. I have an intense mistrust of all the American airlines.
Well, yeah. The as your government decides to deregulate things, I expect things to get much more inherently dangerous.
Yeah. And it's already not great.
Like I would not if mining or oil and gas are one of the top 3 industries in your state, I will not drink your tap water. No, I will bottle it up for the entire time I am visiting.
I will set it on fire. I will see if I can light it. That's my test.
Also, I will not be visiting those places for the foreseeable future.
No. I've been to like weird places in the States. I'm like, I would never come here if I had to pay to come here. Like Kansas?
Oh, but you see,
I was in
that's,
Kansas one time. I'm like, this is just giant, humid cornfield.
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. It's,
Why?
well, a lot of people live there because they got kicked out of the previous country they were living in. or chased out of the previous country they were living in. And so you end up in Kansas. Hey?
Yeah.
You put your stake in the ground and you grab Nicole Kidman and you're like, hey, guess what? This is where we live now. We're pretend Irish people.
Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went to visit a dog food factory.
In Topeka, Kansas.
I got a free trip.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, one of the things I've always liked about comedy is that you do a lot of gigs and trips to places that you would not schedule on your travel plans. Some of which are I would have skipped that, and others are one of the coolest experiences you can experience. Like I got to do the gig at Alert, which is a Canadian Forces base at the North Pole. Or not, it's not at the North Pole, but it's as close
That's
as
where
you
Santa lives.
It's as close as you can get while still being on land. At one point, I was the furthest north human being on the planet Earth that was standing on land, which I thought was kind of neat.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. Everybody was below me in actuality and not just in my mind. It's wonderful. It was really genuinely wonderful. Yeah.
What fun.
It was fun.
I've never done any of those
You've never done any
Canadian
of those cool...
Forces gigs.
Really?
No, they never. They prefer the boys, but they don't like the gay boys. I don't know. They don't tend to send a lot of women, but it also might be because women are like, no.
I've been. I'm trying to think because I've done a few.
Yes.
I've done some where it was just comics.
Yeah.
It was like 3 comics going. Usually it's comedian and a band. I've done that a couple of times. Sometimes it's comedian, band, and other specialty acts. You might get
Juggler,
a lady dancer, or
Oh.
they're usually the more variety act is usually based out of Quebec.
Okay. Some sort of French
That's
burlesque.
that might not be the rule. That's just been my experience. But generally, band and a comedian is the way it goes. And what's fascinating is that they will fly like the entire band's equipment and all their risers and drums and all of their stuff anywhere in the world. Hey, they'll load it up on a Hercules or whatever, and then they've got a comedian, and
You're gonna have to pay for your bags, sir.
no, it was just one of the tours. The techs that were there, and they set up all the stuff for the band, and I said, "So is it okay if I'm just going to use one of your mics for my set?" And they really didn't want that to happen. And I was like, "Did you expect me to bring my own setup? Because it's just me talking."
Yeah.
And they had a discussion about it, and then finally someone from the band was like, "Yeah, he can use all our stuff," and then it was settled. But the tech guys were like, I imagine it was some sort of, they were worried about the insurance paperwork or something like that. They didn't want a stranger talking into a microphone.
We don't know where that microphone's been.
Well, they knew exactly where I had been. I'd been sitting on the flight next to them. It was kind of stupid. Yeah.
No, it was as dumb as those little COVID microphone condoms that were just pure theater for no reason. Did you?
Everything
Ever
was
have to
theater.
use
The idea that
Let me
if,
put my condom on. Let me take my condom off.
well, the funniest thing was the plexiglass.
Yeah.
How we decided that like a 2-foot sheet of plexiglass in front of somebody as they were sitting across from each other at the table. It was basically like it was a sneeze guard.
Yeah.
But we were.
The world was a salad bar, and we weren't sneezing on the leaves.
It makes me. I look back at some of those COVID situations now, in the same way that I look back in the 6 months after 9/11. There were all of these. I call them panic products in the United States. It's like all these products.
Like terrorist repellent.
Yeah, they
I sold a bunch of terrorist repellent.
They cash in on whatever the thing is people are scared of, and one of them was
This
the
bracelet keeps planes in the sky.
yeah, it was the executive parachute. That was the one that I thought was the best. It was for anybody who was in a building over 20 stories tall, and you just keep it in your desk and you strap it on like a backpack, and so you don't have to jump out of the building when the building's on fire. You can just base jump it. And,
Just
you know,
base jump it. Yeah, you
totally radical.
just have to hope that those windows get smashed enough for you to get out. Because not a lot
You're gonna have to throw your chair through your unbreakable window.
It's fine. It's fine.
Although I did just see a clip about the guy, and I believe it was in Toronto, who to prove
Who threw himself against the window?
he threw himself against the window to
Yeah.
prove that they were unbreakable windows, and then proceeded to break the window and fall to his death.
Yeah, so even if he had been made out of windows, he still would have died.
I wonder though if the guy who like he was arguing with at the time, who was like, dude, you're gonna run right through that window. Dude, you're gonna run right through that window. The window's gonna break, man. And he was like, you know, finally the guy goes, runs, breaks the window, falls to his death. I wonder if the guy got the satisfaction line in of, see, I told you were gonna fucking die.
I mean,
as he was
You have to get it out before he hits the ground, so you do not have that much time.
No, well, it depends what floor you're on, but yeah.
But I would certainly enjoy the Schadenfreude.
That's the now the Schadenfreude. I'm relatively clear on what this is. This is the feeling joy at the despair of others.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel good because bad things are happening to other people.
Yes.
Okay. I can see how that would be a satisfying feeling.
Fair and very German.
Now, does it require that the other person have harmed you, or you're just happy that someone else is sad?
You just don't like them.
Okay, so you don't even need to know the person really.
No. It could just be someone
Okay, so this is
Someone hateful.
it's like the joy of watching people getting hit in the nuts.
Yeah, that kind of joy.
I don't mind.
Nut joy.
I don't mind the hit in the nuts videos because I think the comical outweighs the physical reaction that I have. It's the when people fall onto their knees on concrete.
Oh,
That physically hurts me to watch that happen on film. Like,
I don't like seeing a head hit a curb.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That's disturbing. If you slip and you're on grass, the grass could be covered in knives and tacks and poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
I don't care. It just looks soft.
Yeah, well, it looks like something you'd be okay falling down on. I think part of it is now, knock wood, been very lucky in my family that generally speaking, old age is what kills people in my family. We haven't had a lot of, but my grandmother did have a fall that it kind of put an end to her being able to do physical things.
Yeah.
Because of it happened when she was about 70, and she was carrying groceries and she tripped over a speed bump.
She was going too fast.
No, well, you know what it was?
Slow down, old woman.
It actually makes for a pretty good story because she was. This is honestly a legitimate distraction while you're walking through a parking lot. She was in California, and she walked out of the store, and my grandmother was always a very diligent person. Period. And so I imagine she was looking both ways and watching where she was going, and then she looked up, and in the sky was like 100 hot air balloons. Like they had just started a big hot air balloon festival. So she looked into the sky and it was full of hot air balloons.
Joy.
And that's why she wasn't watching where she was going, because she was looking at all these hot air balloons. And then she immediately tripped over a speed bump and face planted in a parking lot and broke both her wrists.
Oh.
And she had always been a big tennis player, a big golf player, and all of that. And it took her about 3 years to heal. And then she wasn't young enough to get her strength back.
Yeah.
She was
Because your
just-
bones are starting to be made of cheese at that point.
Yeah. And, she ended up living another 20 years, but she wasn't able to play golf anymore.
Yeah.
And she
was
said
terrified of hot air balloons.
that's what made her feel old. She said nothing ever made her feel old. She always, her health was always good. Her brain always worked. But it was just because she had broken those bones, she was kind of weak. And that's what it made her feel vulnerable. And she was so scared of falling down a second time. And so hearing all of those stories, that's the one thing I worry about in getting old is it's going to be 3 feet. It's going to be 3 feet, 3 feet of distance onto the wrong hard surface. And that's it for Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I've definitely had a few of those moments in the shower. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that could have been it. That could have been the big one. That could have been the one that took me out. Yeah, I'm not at the point where I will, because I'm still at the point where I fall down. Because there's a certain age where you no longer fall down. You've taken a fall.
Yes.
And if you've taken a fall, that's not good. My mom is the queen of falling down.
Yeah.
In fact, the last time she fell and broke her hip while she was getting...
Well, then she's obviously not the queen if she's actually breaking her hip when she falls.
Well,
being the queen of falling down is I fell down the flight of stairs and at the bottom of it collected my shoes and walked on and went on
she's
with the
just
rest
really,
of my day.
really embraced falling as a senior. Yeah, she tripped over some sunlight or something.
A sunbeam.
And-
Yeah. She tripped over an idea.
But while they were working her up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got this. We got to pin your hip. We got to do all this stuff to you." And they're like, "Oh, and by the way, you've also broken your shoulder." But that was months ago. And she broke. She was like, "Oh yeah, she broke that falling off a stationary bike,"
Oh, that's embarrassing.
which is
That's a bit
she
embarrassing.
took that turn a little too tight.
It's the Peloton.
It's
It's that
quite
Peloton.
fun.
You get some 23-year-old screaming at you to ride
It's like,
faster.
okay,
and then, yeah,
fine.
We're going through a curve, and then you lean into the curve. Yeah, she's probably got a lawsuit there. She should sue
I
Peloton.
don't know. I just don't think she has any pain sensors. Like, how did you not know that you broke your shoulder?
Now, does she drink and ride? Is that what it was? She was like,
No,
you know,
she doesn't even drink anymore. Barely. My
just-
dad does the drinking.
she's on her fourth glass of rosé. I'm gonna go for a ride.
No, she got the diabetes. Maybe her blood
Got
sugar
the
got low and she got a little.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, got the
Who
diabetes.
knows? Who knows
When
what's
did she
going
get the diabetes?
In her 70s.
It sucks.
Yeah.
You spend your whole life eating lollipops, and then right at the exit door, they're like, "Oh, stop eating lollipops."
Like, but I like lollipops.
Exactly. My dad actually got himself off all his diabetes medicine by walking every day.
Just walking away from it. Get away from me.
No, he walks
Diabetes minute.
he walks like 5 miles every morning.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's in his 80s. We haven't seen him in years. I can't imagine how far he is away.
He's so far. So far.
No, he does a loop. Don't worry, Dad's fine. Dad's fine. Don't panic. And I apologize if you're now triggered because your dad continually wanders off.
Just
If you
wanders
got one
away.
of them dads. I don't worry about losing my mind so much as I do worry about wandering off.
If I get to the point where I'm wandering off and my mind is not all the way there, just let me walk into traffic. Let me walk into a bear trap.
Well, that's the thing is I wouldn't mind.
I don't need to be around anymore.
I wouldn't mind wandering off. Like I'm gonna have to retire to a warm climate
So no one sticks you on an ice floe when you're not.
No, it's just wandering
you
off.
out.
Wandering off in Florida or Palm Springs is a different issue than wandering off in Regina. You wander off in Regina 6 months of the year, you're dead in 20 minutes.
Yeah, you wander off in Palm Springs. 4 months out of the year, you're dead. In very little time, you're going to get cooked.
Oh, it's too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah, but that would be the thing is if it
And
was
it's a
too
dry
if
heat.
it was too hot, even if like my mind was checked out completely. I think like my reptilian brain would just like as soon as I left the air conditioning, my reptilian brain would be like wrong way. I just turn around.
You're like, I
walk
guess
back
I've
into the
died
air
and I'm in hell now. It's very
Well,
odd.
I have a good.
If you wander away in Florida, you're going to get eaten by a gator.
Ooh, I like that idea. That'd be a good
Or
way to go.
stabbed by a meth head. Or bath salts still a thing in Florida? Who knows?
If they're a thing anywhere, they're a thing in Florida.
Everything's a thing in Florida.
Now, were bath salts actual bath salts, or were bath salts a nickname for some drug?
It was a nickname, but I don't know what the actual drug
I
was.
don't
Like,
know.
it wasn't like
Okay.
stuff that you
I
like
remember
lavender
it
scented
got a lot
stuff
of
you
it
would
got
put
a
in
lot
your
of
tub.
press for a while, and then it kind of disappeared. Fentanyl really kind of hogged the market there on the.
You gotta go with the classics. Opioids just keep getting
Is
worse.
fentanyl an opioid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So opium's basically the only drug.
Opium was the first, and then Bayer, the makers of aspirin, were like, we can make this better, and they made heroin.
Yes.
And then all the doctors were like, this is really good for, and they put it in everything, and then they put cocaine in everything.
Yes.
It's like, is your baby being too awake and alive? Give it some cocaine cough syrup.
But I don't imagine like all of these things are terrible in their heavily refined forms. Like when they take opium and they turn it into heroin, it becomes a much deadlier substance, doesn't it?
Well, you don't need as much of it.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's not as much fun. I imagine it's more fun to smoke opium.
But in the same way that they do this with marijuana now, is you've got what we would traditionally consider marijuana, and then they've got all of this marijuana that's like
super marijuana.
It's like 3 times stronger. But then on top of that, they've got like these dabs and this shatter stuff, which is basically like paste like marijuana concentrate, where it's like smoking 1,000 joints in one joint. And I mean, at some point, shouldn't you just be snorting heroin? Like get off the weed wagon if you need that much weed.
I used to use a lot of fentanyl in cats.
The cats like their fentanyl
for pain control. Yeah.
Really? Because I could see cats just kind of doing that hunch.
Well,
just kind of slumped over a couch, just sitting there all afternoon.
Back in the day when I used to still do declaws, which were always gross, but we're like, okay, well, declaw your cat. And then
how do you declaw a cat? Do you literally rip out their fingernails?
You take off this thing, the whole first joint.
You take off the whole first joint? The whole
first joint is gross. So you're doing like...
So you're like cigar cuttering, like you lost your bet to the mafia late at night in Vegas.
Basically just like crazy glue the skin together. But I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm like, because it's painful.
Can you actually quit the Nazi party, though?
No, you can't. You can't do it. Well, I just made it super expensive. I'm like, okay, I'll do it, but you're going on like a fentanyl and ketamine drip for like 24 hours after the surgery. And we're doing all these nerve blocks. We're like, my declaw cats would wake up like wandering around, like batting stuff around. They're like, this doesn't hurt at all.
It's like waking up after a weekend at Coachella or something for the cat.
But I mean, it's so
like, where were you, Barney? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just been high for like a week, and they took my fingertips. Took my fingertips. Although green light for robbing places because they can't take my fingerprints no more. Now.
The grossest part was counting all the toes afterwards to make sure you got them all. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got all the toes.
So hang on.
Yeah.
So how many like I've got 3 segments on my finger here. How many segments does a cat have?
They got 3.
They have 3 segments?
Yeah, P1, P2, P3. You're taking off all of P3.
So when I traditionally look at a cat paw print, I've got the big middle and then 4 dots.
Yeah.
Now are those 4 dots gone?
No.
Or they're just 4 bloody spots.
you leave the dot because their nails like retract.
Oh, okay.
So you push on the top, you find the little groove, you take the little cigar cutter. That's what I would use, and chop it off. Take off the last little bit of cartilage in there. We don't want anything growing back. When my parents lived in Egypt, I had to tell one of the people at the Canadian embassy is like, a declaw is something you do once, because they were taking their cat in every year to have it declawed at their Egyptian vet. I'm like, that's not how that works.
No, he's just trimming the nails.
He's just not doing it properly, and things are growing back.
Oh, okay. So if you don't take the whole thing,
if you don't take the nail bed, like the very base of it, which is why you have to take off the.
So okay. So if I pulled out my fingernail, would my fingernail grow back?
Yeah, but if you damage the nail bed, it might grow back kind of funky.
Okay, but if I just cut the whole thing off, then that's an end to that problem.
So if you want me to take your fingertips off, yeah, I guess I could do it.
I don't know. It's one of those things
for ethical reasons decades
ago.
It
would cut down on the number of people begging for me to play piano for them if I had the stubbies.
Yeah, it's also really good for like packing pipes and things. If you've got a nice flat surface, just like.
It should get into my musket collection, that type of thing.
If you have a sawed-off musket and you don't have your big stick with the cotton ball on the end, you can just use your big stumpy thumb.
I've always kind of wanted to get into woodworking, so that might be a way to get myself some stumps going.
Yeah. Although you'll have to get some old school saws because the new ones they get just the sniff of skin and they stop. It's so boring.
Oh no! I worked in a lumberyard, and there's more than a few occasions where I shouldn't have all 10 of my fingers. one time my glove got caught by a saw blade.
Gasp.
And as I pulled my hand back, I was scared to look at it because I was pretty sure I'd cut my finger off. Because I felt it like it grabbed it.
Yeah.
It grabbed it, and I pulled my hand away.
This saw's hungry
And
today.
I was holding my hand off to the left and looking right, and the guy to my right that I was looking at said, "Are you okay?" And then I held my hand where he could see it, but I couldn't. And I said, "How many fingers?" And
How many fingers am I holding up?
he wasn't sure. And that's what made me look. Is he was like, and then I looked immediately, and it was because I was wearing like a rubber glove, and then underneath it a cotton glove, and the middle finger of that had just been shredded, so it kind of looked like my hand could have been completely mangled. It wasn't, but it could have been.
So gross. Yeah. I did almost get eaten by a post-hole auger, but it just ate my T-shirt instead.
I've gotten smacked by a post hole auger when like you've got the 4 handles that everybody holds in place while the thing spins, and if you let go of those things,
Oh, don't let go of those
it just
things.
turns into kind of a world's shittiest helicopter. Yeah. The guy on the other side let go of his, and then I got smacked.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
So what was just to get to the now that we're solidly into the second half of the program, what was the thing? What was your joyful distraction that we didn't get to? I would say last week, but no, it was like the week before. So this has been stewing for quite a while.
This has been stewing for a while, but I feel like it's still.
Hopefully,
still
it wasn't
topical.
time sensitive.
No, it was just
Ayatollah based or anything.
It's not Ayatollah based.
Because they're going through the Ayatollahs like
So many Ayatollahs.
yeah, like one-ply toilet paper out there.
Ugh. Use the whole roll to get anything done.
Yeah.
Are you a Reddit guy? Do you go on Reddit?
No, but I'm familiar with the format.
I am. I enjoy Reddit because it's just it feels like the old internet. You don't read the comments. You just see the articles. So I like to go into like popular, just to see what catches my eye. And this.
So you're fishing for anything catchy,
Anything
or
that catches my eye.
or anything ridiculous. Just anything that grabs you.
They're the same.
Okay.
The same thing. This headline caught my eye.
Okay.
Quadruple amputee cornhole star.
Hang on, let's take that
There's
in.
already a lot to digest there. Charged in fatal Maryland shooting. So,
Oh,
of course,
wow.
from that, I had questions.
Yeah.
So many questions.
All right. So my first question is, okay. So quadruple amputee.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's one of each limb has been.
Yes.
Okay. Because
But he still had.
I don't think
he
you
had
can call.
stumps.
I don't think you can call yourself a quadruple amputee if you if they cut off your foot and then cut off your leg.
Later on.
The same. Yeah. Later on, you know what I mean. That's still.
I think that's gradual amputee.
Yeah. I feel like second stage amputee.
Gradual second stage. Yeah, apparently he had like some bacterial infection as a kid, so he just had like
Nubs.
stumps.
Okay.
Fairly good stumps. Like basically
They must be significant if he's out there winning championship cornhole.
I mean, I can barely see the cornhole.
I don't know if you could get. I mean,
hole.
well,
First
you
of
could
all,
put
America,
it, you
stop
could put,
calling beanbag toss cornhole. It's just gross. What's wrong with you?
You could put the
sounds
beanbag
dirty.
in your mouth and do like a head flick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's what is it? I don't know what the regulation is, but I'm gonna guess 20 feet. You've got to throw this thing.
I'd have to check with the cornhole.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have to check.
International regulations.
Yes, I believe.
Did you know it was? I didn't know it was called corn. Until I was like 20, it was like beanbag toss.
It was
And then
always
I
called
thought someone was-
beanbag toss, and I heard some Americans refer to it as cornhole.
Why?
It's because I imagine the
sounds
bag
dirty.
is full of corn instead of beans in America because that's what they do.
Sure.
And so it's
Get the
cornhole.
corn in the hole.
Yeah, and they don't think because they're so repressed. We think of cornhole as asshole,
Yes,
right? Like
because that's where corn comes out.
That's where corn comes
They
out.
tried peanut hole, but that didn't work
I think
as well.
if you ask them, their cornhole would be their mouth because I think they eat
That's
more
where corn goes in.
That's where corn goes in.
But once it goes in, it has to come out. Corn? I don't remember eating corn.
Yeah.
Classic. That's a classic quote.
It's a classic.
27 feet is the distance.
27 feet?
27 feet. All
Oh,
right. So
and the guy with no feet has to
9
throw
yards.
something.
Nine
27
yards.
feet. Yeah, he had like basically to the elbow and to the knee.
Okay, so now is he holding the bag between what would be his elbows?
I'm going to be honest with you. I focused more on the shooting part than I did on the cornhole part.
Oh, okay.
But apparently he was like some inspirational like high school athlete, and he wrestled, and I can't imagine.
Yeah, just
I
so
can't
we're all
imagine
just so we're
wrestling
all
him.
clear, when you let the kid in for the final 30 seconds of your basketball season to shoot one basket, and he gets his basket, right? Maybe you should have let the kid play all year.
Yeah.
Hey, because he got his basket, and nobody seemed to be defending him. So maybe put Jimmy with a limp out there for the whole season,
Yes.
and just see if people are too ashamed to defend him.
Put him in there. Yeah, apparently he used to play football. Or was the football. I think he played football. It's hard to get a spiral on him. But yeah, he was a well-known champion cornhole player.
Local cornhole player.
And was driving some people around. I'm very inspired by this whole thing.
Hang on. He was driving people around.
He is driving.
Okay, you know what bothers me?
Okay.
What really bothers me is these inspirational, multi-stumped
Yeah. I think
people.
that's what they prefer to be called.
The multi-stump people
Yeah.
who are out there inspiring everybody, getting up early, and they
Amputees.
got no legs and they ran a marathon this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, how about you fuck off? Hey, how about you just sit there in your dark apartment and feel miserable about how the world handed you a tough lot? Because it makes me look like a fucking jerk doing that with, 2 hands to weigh with and 2 feet to kick your ass with. And I'm not getting up early and, driving people around with my stumps, let alone winning cornhole championships.
No,
and,
you're doing nothing, none of that.
and fucking packing my Glock and shooting people in the face. How do you even pull the trigger? How did he pull the trigger? That's what I want to know.
With his stump, he has YouTube videos of him like
Does he have one of them tiny, like
Nothing.
it's a lump that could be a thumb?
he's got no nubs, he's got nothing. Because I
Well,
know
then
you can
how's
do
he
a
pulling
lot
the trigger?
with some nubs. He just sheer will. Just sheer determination. There's YouTube videos of him at a shooting range, and I have the same thing. Like, how is this happening?
So you've invested some time into this guy.
Oh yeah, I had to dig in. So he got into a fight with the guy in the front seat, shot
Okay,
him,
so he's driving.
He's
he gets
driving.
into a fight with the passenger.
gets into a fight with the passenger in the front seat, shoots him,
Shoots him.
and then pulls over and then gets the 2 people in the back seat who've watched this whole thing. And he's like, you got to help me deal with this body. They, because they have legs, ran away, which I would have done.
Yeah.
And then our cornhole champion drove away. And then 2 hours later, someone called the cops because they're like, there's a body in my front yard. So he got away, and then he dragged that full-size human body
Out of the car
out
onto
of the
someone's
car
lawn.
into I understand if the lawn had looked like a cornhole thing, he might have used some transferable skills, but that's
You know
a
what?
big day for a quadruple amputee.
But that's the thing is
I
the
was
great,
very
the great
impressed.
thing about being a quadruple amputee is that if you shoot your friend in the face and dump him in somebody's yard, still an inspirational story.
It was still inspirational,
That's
except
the
his
beauty of
stump
it.
prints were all over that gun. They're like, man, we got
Yeah, good luck getting him on any kind of fingerprint ID or anything like that. You might probably get him on some DNA, and fleeing the scene
fleeing the
very
scene.
slowly.
2 people watching the whole thing unfold from the back seat. Oh, America, God bless. You're so. I expected it to be a Florida story, but no,
Where was that?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Nothing happens in Maryland.
Well, bridges fall down.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Bridges fall down in Maryland. Why? Because some Chinese guy didn't know how to drive his boat. That's really why he drove into the bridge.
It was right there.
Yeah. It was literally right in front of him. Although do you remember when that happened? I watched it, and it was like one of those things where, like, the beauty of boat accidents is
slow
you have
motion.
time to fill out all the insurance paperwork before the accident is fully complete.
It's quite fun to watch.
It's like having a winter car accident. And Craig used to have a wonderful joke about it. Is he used to say, you have time to like turn to all the people in the car and let them know, hey, we're having an accident. You're waving at people on the side of the road. We're having an accident. It's just, have you tried pumping the brake? Yeah, nothing.
We just got to ride this one out.
Yeah, it's just one of those. I was in an accident like that with my son where someone, snow-covered road, snowing at night in Toronto, and somebody turned on the yellow light, immediately turned left in front of me, and I wasn't going to be able to stop in time, so I drove right into them. And I actually said that to my son, we're going to hit this guy. I knew, I was hitting the brakes while I was saying it to him, but I was like, there's no way we're stopping in time. And sure enough,
Brace yourself.
the Mitsubishi versus Land Rover equation. Land Rover wins, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their little
Solid
Mitsubishi
cars.
bounced right off of my giant black tank. It literally bounced off, spun around, and my son was like, I think he was kind of disappointed by like the
You
lack
wanted
of.
an airbag to go off. And
Yeah, he wanted it to seem more like an
crunching.
accident and not so much like a giant ferry just bumped into a duck. Because that's kind of what it felt like.
no, I've never had that. I had an old man just gently run into me
Oh, yeah.
last winter, and then I got out of the car to be like, because I was like stopped at a red light, and he like dink, just like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
didn't
yeah.
stop in time,
He,
and
was, he was slowing down and didn't quite get
Yeah.
to the bottom of the.
But
brake
then
pedal.
I got out to go check out my bumper, and he had just a look of horror on his face, and I didn't understand why, because I wasn't that mad, and it's because I was coming home from doing drag, and I had no wig,
Oh, full makeup, no
but
wig.
full makup. I
Oh,
just
okay.
and he
Yeah.
looked so
He's just-
scared, just like no, just trying to wave me off. I'm like, this beautiful woman is very angry at me.
Yes, and she's forgotten her wig.
Yeah,
I didn't know that's.
no wig and no
Or
and
maybe-
no eyelashes either.
Maybe he had a
Took my
black
eyelashes off.
girlfriend, and he had experienced knocking off her wig before, and he knew that he was about to take
taking
some
off
punishment.
your earrings.
Yeah.
Go.
And
Let's go.
I learned that lesson early days. I dated a black woman once.
Yeah,
and,
if she's taken off her wig or any of her jewelry,
I just
she's about
learned
to punch you.
that hair was not a subject that we were going to discuss, and it was not an area where I was going to ever be able to claim any kind of expertise about any of it.
Nope.
Once I just kind of, it was like the don't go in the barn of conversations. Yeah.
Like,
Never-
"It's fine, don't look in there.
Do you have any of those in your relationship where things that that you know is going to be so much of a problem that
You just
we just
don't
we
mention
just
it?
don't just mention it?
Yeah,
No,
not really.
I would say that would be hard with you because you seem pretty open to and if somebody told you specifically not to bring something up, it would probably be all you could talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
be able
yeah.
to wave that off.
Yeah. Well, it's like
It's
when
still
I-
don't think about elephants, and then yeah.
all you can do is think about elephants.
Yeah.
No, what in university, my roommate, one of his friends had murdered someone,
Go on.
and he's like, "It's fine though." He was trying to justify. I'm like, "I'm not comfortable. We were having a party." He's like, "Yeah, my friends are coming over." It's like, this guy's like, "Yeah, he murdered someone." I was like, "I don't know if I'm comfortable having a murderer at this party." He's like, "No, it was just like a drug thing that went bad." Like that made it any better.
Okay. So it wasn't a serious thing. It was just kind of spur of the moment.
Just spur of the moment.
Yeah.
But for some
He
reason, I
didn't
kept,
even really know him. He just got angry.
just a guy.
Yeah.
I kept calling the dog that my roommate had just adopted Killer in front of this guy. I'd never used that
Trying to
that term before. It was like,
trying
"Hey,
to
Killer." I was
toughen
like,
up
"Oh,
the
fuck,
apartment.
exactly. Hey, Killer. Oh, fuck. Hey, Killer, what you do? Oh, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
So hang on. This person murdered somebody. Wasn't the person like?
He went to jail,
Oh, okay.
and this was after he was out.
Okay. And
And,
then one thing I will give the Canadian justice system is that we don't seem to be in the habit of locking people up for 10,000 years.
No, you eventually get out
Yeah.
when you're old. I think-
Which I don't argue that some people do some things that are so terrible that you would like them permanently removed from your society. I get that. That's a rule we can live by. And there are a few cases in Canada that are kind of like that where, what is it? Yeah, dangerous offender status.
Yeah, I
You
say we
get
just
convicted of the
put them
crime,
on a
and
little island somewhere.
but usually that's not about your initial conviction. It's usually about they apply for it afterwards to like up your status as a prisoner to dangerous offender, and that just means you don't get any of that. You know, I guess you get it's probably a shittier cable package.
Yeah.
You know, you're just down to HGTV and that's it. Just
That's
HGTV.
it. C-SPAN.
Yeah, you get to watch Property Brothers all day.
Ugh. Try and figure out which one's the hot one.
I don't understand why
I don't
either of
think
those
either
guys
one
are.
is.
Okay,
I don't think
good.
either one is. And
Okay,
everyone's
good.
like, oh, the hot one. I'm like, that is not narrowing it down.
I think the most
me, the
appealing thing about
slightest.
the Property Brothers is the property part. I think what's appealing about those guys is they're two tall white guys with jobs and capital,
Sure.
right? Because they don't seem to be worried.
But how does it only make one of them attractive?
Well, they're twins, so therefore only one of them has to be attractive.
I don't know. One of those twins. You can always tell which twin had their foot in the other twin's face in the uterus. Like, I don't know. Identical, really? I think someone was squishing your placenta a little bit while you were in there. Just kinked off your umbilical cord every so often and be like, all right, you don't need this. That's what I would do. That's
That's
what I
like
did to my twin.
Did you absorb your twin?
No, I kicked my twin out.
You kicked it out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My twin was flushed.
Really? But you survived.
Yeah.
I
held
didn't
on.
know. I didn't know that could happen. I thought it was. I didn't know that you
Low
could have
hanging fruit. I was the high hanging fruit.
So it's like a half a miscarriage.
Yeah.
I
My
didn't
mom,
even. Man,
when
the
she-
world is a miraculous place.
When she tells the story, which I now tell
That's
on
the
stage, I
biggest-
talk about it on stage. She's like, "Oh, I had a miscarriage." Like, what did you do? She's like, "Oh, I just flushed it." I'm like, "Okay." It was like it was just a blob of stuff. And then she's like, "Wow." And then I went to my doctor, and he's like, "I don't know. That uterus still looks pregnant." And I just picture him like, what? Like just peering up. It
climbing
was like
in
that
there.
was the test in 1974. I don't know. He still looks pregnant to me.
Yeah,
And then I came out.
and then you came out. Yeah.
Imagine if I had a twin. How annoying.
Well, yeah, but who knows? It might have been. You could have had an identical twin, or you could have had one of them. What is it? Paternal twins.
Fraternal?
Fraternal? Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Fraternal, that makes more sense. Because identical twins, mom's egg splits, and fraternal is dad
Just
impregnates
chaos.
2 eggs.
Just a lot of eggs going on in there.
Is that what it is? 2 eggs get. It's two guys sneak past the door.
Yeah, lots of eggs.
Hmm.
Calm
Did not know
down.
that.
Calm down with your eggs.
Okay, so I don't know if did we got to the Reddit thing. We managed
We got
to
to
get
the
to
Reddit.
that.
That has been eating at me. I was so upset that we couldn't record last week because I'm like, I need to talk about this cornhole amputee.
That is, I mean, if nothing else, that is a
It inspired me to go to the gym.
Yeah, cornhole champion, quadruple amputee, and none of that is what the story's about.
No,
That is pretty impressive.
driving and shooting.
Yeah, driving and shooting. I mean, yeah, it's like at some point when you keep multiplying by fractions, you end up at 0.
Yeah. Driving
It's-
and shooting and dumping a body.
Yeah, if
Good
there
job,
weren't any
man.
witnesses, it probably would be hard to convict him of any of that.
Well, I also wonder.
Because he could just kind of go into court and just kind of hold up his stumps and be
Like-
like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
What?
How am I supposed to
Me?
pull a trigger? Because I still can't figure out how he pulled the trigger.
I can't. I watched a video of him shooting, and I still don't know which part of his stump was pulling the trigger.
So he's just kind of shoving some flesh into the
He
hole
would-
and
he just-
jiggling it.
Just living his life.
What kind of gun was he shooting in the footage you saw?
A bullet gun, a gun with bullets, a bullety little kind of gun. It was a pistol.
Worst eyewitness ever.
It was a bullety
Yeah.
gun.
And what did the criminal look like? Ooh, he
like
was
a person.
he
looked
was-
like a person.
He looked dangerous and hot.
Yeah. He looked shifty.
Hot like temperature? No,
No.
hot like delicious.
Like woo. Yeah. Tasty.
At which point the cop just put his pen back in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
click.
So next week
Next week,
we are going to I would say we are still going to be under the Preparing to Podcast brand,
yes.
but we are going to start. What's the? I was going to say troubleshooting, but that's not the word.
No. I mean, it's a word.
No, but we will start spitballing. Spitballing.
We're going to
the new
cornhole
format.
some new ideas.
We're going to cornhole. We're going to spitball on it a little bit, so we can therefore cornhole it a little bit, and get our nubs inside the trigger guard, if you know what I mean.
It sounded
Right?
very sexual.
It did. But all of those were things that we had just talked about
Yeah.
in the last little while.
I've had someone try to get their nubs in my trigger guard and
But the idea,
not like it.
we should share the idea of what we're actually working towards. The idea of what we're working towards is, as you've picked up on our style by now, is that we kind of free associate and just kind of let the conversation naturally go where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Because we are oftentimes happily distracted by something.
Yes.
And I thought, in the world that we're living in now,
Yep.
which apparently is, we've moved into a more fear and chaos based economy. I
We're
would say.
in a chaos-based economy and a post-truth society.
In a post-truth society, chaos based. We thought that it might be nice to find a place where you could go, where you could just be happily distracted for a little while.
Yeah, just turn your brain off and just enjoy stories about murderous amputees.
Yeah, so we're gonna find things that we find happily distracting, and we're gonna discuss them, and we're gonna probably get back into the guest market.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back into the guest market and get back into the smoker market as well, and get some of them ribs going. So all of that's to look forward to in the future.
I'm very excited.
We are very excited. Thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in.
yeah. I'm Chuck.
I'm Ted.
We are preparing to podcast, and you can find me at Chuck B. Jokes,
You can find me at Dr. Ted Morris.
and you can find the two of us at Preparing to Podcast. Thanks, everybody.
It's on the internet.